Frankie. I did not do a punster. Hey everybody, welcome back to my world where no matter how old you get, you never need to grow up. And I would like to say a huge thank you to Mattel and the Monster High team for sending me this Draculaura doll. Oh, and there's also a Clawdeen and a Frankie, and this awesome Haunt Couture shirt, and an autograph poster, and just a bunch of other stuff that you see in the other video. And it was all sent to me for free, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful to be included in this launch and the return and the resurgence of Monster High. I'm so excited about this. So excited. And as I was sitting here, and I was originally going to do individual videos for each doll. And I also had originally intended to take each doll out of its box. And then I sat here, actually filmed a whole bunch of stuff, and then I can't. And this is the reason why, and this might answer a lot of questions for people who are like, they're like, I don't understand why it's $75. If you're a doll collector, a lot of your collection may be in the original packaging. And the reason why so many collectors do that and why the price points are higher on collector dolls is because you're not just paying for the doll and the accessories, you're paying for the art. The overall art that is this doll the way it is in this box. Because I just want you to look at something that is the reason that I said I can't take her out of this box. Look at the delicacy of the way her hands are positioned and her arms and the way that shows off her bat wing cape. I mean, she looks almost like she's like wants to fly. It's just such a delicate bird-like positioning. And I was looking at it and I was like, well, take pictures of it so you know what it looked like so you could try to do it again later. I would never get her back in the box looking just like this. Like with the cape like this and with her hair like that and the bag, you know, first of all, I'm not that good. And second of all, this is part of the art. And I think it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is so well done. And now I have to do this with Frankie and Clawdeen. And I might be like, oh, Frankie and Clawdeen, you're coming out your box. But for this one, I mean, there's so many beautiful, I'm sure everybody has pointed out already, you know, we've got these, you know, metallic earrings that go back, you know, to her safety pins. We've got a lot of the same, you know, we've got this is UV protected fishnet over here on our ghoul. We've got these little charms, little metallic charms, and then this skirt, which I have to tell you, when I saw it in pictures originally, and this is what the problem is a lot of times with leaks, is you see something and then, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, that looks dorky. Well, because, you know, it was not the final version. And even like we saw some early prototypes on the eyelashes and we were all like, oh, please don't let those be the eyelashes. That's prototyping. That's stuff in progress. So look at this. This is beautiful tulle, you know, netting. And then underneath we've got some edging here. Edging. I just wish the boots were her other boots. She has this little backpacky thing, and it's fabric. It is fabric. I would never get that back on her in any way. I'm just so bad at that. And I love me a rooted eyelash, as we know. And then the eyes. This reminds me, a while back, some doll companies started using a special way of painting the eye so that it looked like, you know, like an inset eye, but it wasn't. And it was called something reflections. I remember them going on about it at Toy Fair. And that's what they're using here. So that's why in the pictures, you know, we were all looking at it like, do they have inset eyes? But it's just this really, really pretty effect. Look at her little beret. And that's embroidered in, you see, like, I would mess up her hat. I would mess up the whole thing. Look at how beautiful she is. I mean, and then you put this on a shelf. It's so beautiful. Okay, now let's go see if I'm going to make the same decision with the other two. So, well, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, that quilted, from far away, the quilted background looks really good. So Frankie, let's take your plastic dust cover off, but don't get too comfortable, sweetie. I have a feeling that's going to make a comeback at the end of this video. Alrighty, let me take a look here. I don't know why people are complaining that she looks different than her promo pictures. I mean, promo pictures are always like the contrast is different. I mean, like, you know, what would you... Oh my God, the lip is perfect. Look at that red lip. Love that. Love that. She had that like in her picture day. Didn't she have a red lip like that in her picture day? So she's also got all of her, she's got metallic skullet earrings. She has metallic clips in her hair. Oh, wow. And look at this. It's like, and again, see like this pose, you can see all of the details of the outfit, but it's like she's in a magazine, you know? She's just like posed for the magazine. Although, wait, I gotta do the heels. They're transformer switches, like big power switches. It's alive! And also these metallic stands. Look at these. Oh, they always knock it out of the park with the shoes. That is so cool. And this bag. Look how cute that is. And that's fabric. And her skirt, you know, like her fabric is fabric that we kind of remember, but it's different. It's like a little more mature, a little more updated. It's got silver threading in it. You know, it's like, okay, this ain't your mama's school skirt here, okay? With this really cool feeling pleather layer. I love that. I love that with the plaid. And I love this, like, you got the plaid and you've got these buckles and the belt and stuff. And you've got this layer of leather and then this next layer of plaid. And her face. Wow. You know, and I can see that there, you know, the facial mold looks a little bit different to me. It looks a little more rounded and I like it, but I like that they're still, you know, not cutesy, just gorgeous, gorgeous, like striking, like you're not going to see anything else that looks like this. Like my camera can't figure out what it wants to do with the blue. So it's like, I don't know, I'll make you an Oompa Loompa. I mean, look at that. That whole thing. You're just like, I just want, see, yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to look at these on shelves in my living room next to each other. I need to move a bunch of stuff tomorrow. And just look at them. Okay, now we have to look at Clawdeen. Oh my gosh. If I'm going to put them in the cabinet, I might leave the dust covers off them because dust covers actually collect dust on them and then they get all funny over time and scratchy and stuff. Okay, so Clawdeen. And I can't tell you how many times I've almost said Clawdeena in this video. It's hard not to do that. Getting this out now. In Clawdeena's reading of the diaries, Clawdeen's diary, she did mention Claudia. She said she's in London. So I don't know if that means we're ever going to see Claudia, but I really liked Claudia. She was cool. So again, this looks, now it isn't as striking to me as I mean, Frankie and Draculaura's background really like jumped out at me. But I think that's because their interior silhouette of the doll was a lot smaller. This fur coat, that's kind of the star of this. Wow. This is, okay, so here's the other thing that I didn't like. Or I would have liked if it were different. See? Honesty. Disclosure. This is, you know, this around her purse, which is very, very cool purse. it's like a Moschino, but it's got this like collar on it that is supposed to be a throwback to Clawdeen's old outfit, her original outfit with had the fur collar. I would have loved, and I'm sure that Glenda, who designed her, would have loved for that to be fur. I'm sure she would watch this and go, yeah, you think I didn't ask? That would have been freaking awesome if the fur on her purse matched, you know, and was actual fur. But I know that the costs involved in that would have been ridiculous. So I just wanted to point it out. So her shoes look a lot to me. Now, I don't even remember what she's wearing. That's horrible. In her original outfit, because my original dolls are upstairs. And, but I feel, you know, these are very Clawdeen shoes. And I love all the gold studding. And look at this, like, it looks like there's little gold thread even built into her stockings. Very pretty stockings. I like that. They're not just a fishnet, you know, they're like, for just a second, when I looked at them, I saw a bunch of crescent moons, but now I'm not seeing that anymore. Some sort of weird optical illusion with my camera, I guess. And I was like, wait a minute, are those crescent moons on her stockings? Like, this jacket has to be like this, like poof, like this. I love the chain, and I love that this isn't a backpack. And then so much gold. So much gold. I love it. And this like pleather, and these are like little studs. This is not painted on. These are little studs. And then underneath this really substantial pleather, pleated, look at that, pleated skirt and pleated pleather. Come on, guys. That's, there's even another layer of tulle. You know, to give it that poof. There's looks like 2 layers of tulle underneath the pleather skirt, which you could get away without doing. But if you want to make something, you know, the way it should be, then you would want to have the tulle under there just to elevate it a little bit more, which of course adds to the cost of making the doll. So there's trade-offs when a designer is designing a doll, when a company's designing with the final, what are we going with on a doll? It's like, where do you put the money? Where do you put the money in this? And then that's why when you see something like this, and you've seen me do other collector doll videos, and I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, I really wish you had done this instead of that, because I know you couldn't do them both. That's the reality of dolls. But the reality of Clawdeen, she's officially my favorite Clawdeen ever. I know I'm not the first person to say that. I really love this darker hair. This is a very, very, really deep, like there's like almost no auburn in here. I see that there looks like it's streaked over here, but around her face, just all of that dark hair and this really, I mean, remember, this is why we loved Monster High. It's this eye makeup, right? This was the stuff. It was like this eye makeup and Draculaura's lipstick. We were like, I'm in! I don't know what they are, but I want more. That was literally what it felt like when I saw Monster High for the first time, right? And I think so many of us did that. We saw it and we went, what is that? And I have to tell you guys, if you were to come to my house, yeah, sure, everybody coming over. If you saw other people walking in my house, when you walk into my house, you walk into my dining room. And where other people would have like a china cabinet or like a bunch of like, you know, family knickknacks and pictures, we've got these IKEA cases that run the whole wall that are filled with Monster High dolls. I'm 54. So like new people come over and they walk in and at first they're like, whoa, what the heck is that? And then they look closer, they realize it's dolls, and then they start walking towards the cases. because they've never seen something like that before. And they start going, what are these? And then I start telling them. And they invariably, people who do not collect dolls are struck just by the uniqueness and the design. And I've had women who've never, had a Barbie since they were like 10 years old stand in my dining room talking about details on an outfit. I'm like, did you want to get into doll collecting with me? We could talk about this all the time. That's what Monster High does. Monster High just, and the original packaging. Now, I think, by the way, as rooted eyelashes go, Clawdeen's are, I think, the best execution. And they just really lay really, really nicely. I did not do a punster. I just knocked an old Clawdeen doll over onto the Punster High bell. Oopsie. What were we going to look at now? Oh, eyelashes. Okay, so Frankie's eyelashes are almost more of like a quarter lash. What do they call them? Half lash, baby lashes. So they're only out in the corners, which is great. That's fine. I think that really helps because Frankie's always had this sort of wideness between her eyes, which gives her that sort of open-eyed, innocent look. And so, yeah, just having those at the corners is good. One of them, which one is it? This one. This one's going to need a little zhuzhing. It's just in I think I even just zhuzhed it. It's just a little laying funky, but all you need to do is zhuzh it and it'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that they just put that. That's your, the next step in, and you're like, well, lots of dolls now always have rooted eyelashes. I'm like, I know, and I love that, but we've never had that before, and including that on these dolls is really cool. So that's why I'm excited about it. I'm not saying, wow, nobody's ever done that before. So, they're staying in their boxes. This has been decided. Okay, and now we have to try to figure out, I'm not sure I know the answer to this. Okay, so don't fall over, ghouls. Whose box is the best? Whose packaging is the best? Okay, so I'm pulling Clawdeen out because it's so tonal. It's just like purple on purple on purple. And her favorite color is gold. So, would have been nice if it was like gold on purple. Anyway, so now we're doing Frankie and Draculaura side by side. Which one do I like? And I'm just talking about how did this whole piece of art that we're calling the packaging, how did that, which one is my favorite execution on that? So I thought I would say Draculaura because how I just went off for a very long time about the graceful pose that she's in. But I think what my eye catches, and I guess it depends on where it's going to be displayed. And maybe because the wall is pink here, this is popping out more. It's almost a tie. But from what I'm looking at here in my little LCD screen, the 2.5-inch screen, I'm thinking Frankie. Frankie's got the best pop. Frankie's box design. I think she's a little, her pose is a little awkward, which is, so Frankie because, she's always popping off pieces of herself. And so having her leg in a funky twist and just the way her hands are, that is very Frankie. But at the same time, this is just so elegant, and just graceful. But when I do this, I see Frankie. I'm I don't know, I'm going with Frankie. I vote Frankie. So you guys let me know which could be considered a pun. I can't believe that happened. It's like the Punster High bell is haunted. I don't know how I keep hitting it. Oh, that's weird. It's the ghost of Monster High. Oh wow, look, she's even got the little details here, the little zipper pulls, right? All these little things. that we say that, oh, wow, if we could have all of this. And we do. There's just so much detail. But I know I'm a weirdo because I'm going on and on and on about the boxes. But for the whole thing for me, it's just, wow, visually. And if you've been around for a long time, you know I'm like, you shouldn't leave dolls in boxes. They're to be played with. And most of my Monster High dolls look played with, trust me. But which is why I had to rebuy some, because I was like, ooh, she's looking rough. I mean, this is a Draculaura who has so much dust in her hair. Dust out of your hair, child. And her, she's probably from like 2011 or something. I mean, her tights won't even stay up anymore. And they used to have these like legs that got all wobbly, and we loved them. We absolutely loved them, and we love them now. And so now in terms of which doll is my favorite, absolutely, without a doubt, my favorite, except for Frankie. Crap. Wait. Wait. Okay. My favorite doll of the three, if I'm not going to look at packaging now, if I'm just going to look at the doll, like, I think it's Draculaura. But I mean, Clawdeen, you know, I mean, with the fur and the gold and the... But then Frankie's got those heels, you know? And I really like that's just like such a cool little thing. And then, you know, all of this metal. And she's such a good Frankie. She's got that mix of, you know, dark, you know, winged eyeliner, but red lips and those very open, you know, childlike eyes. I'm still voting Draculaura. Ding, 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 ding. It's on the floor now. Draculaura. Draculaura is my favorite of the three dolls. And maybe it's enhanced by this pose. She's got a little coffin ring. Oh my gosh. A little tiny coffin ring. Remember when they all used to come with eye coffins? Yeah, it's her. And I think a big part of that is her face. That's that dark lipped, beautiful, amazing facial sculpt. I mean, you know, just had not seen something like that before in a doll, and I just love her sculpt. And that's the other thing that's so great about Monster High is the dolls all have different facial sculpts. And that was amazing, and this is amazing. You know, these aren't three dolls with exactly the same head that just got painted differently and dressed differently, you know? I mean, wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Mattel and Monster High. Thank you for including me in this relaunch. I am so excited. It's exceeded my expectations. You know, you see people start to say bad things and you think, oh no. And as I've been sitting here this afternoon, as the sun starts to go down, I am just blown away. Blown away. There's just so many details. So thank you for including me in this. Thank you, Rebecca and Glenda, for designing so faithfully to the original feel and look of Monster High. And I know that you know how much it means to people. And wow. Wow. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what comes next. Please make a Ghoulia. Please make a Ghoulia. Please make a Ghoulia. Hashtag please make a Ghoulia. Thank you so much, Mattel and Monster High, for sending me these dolls and this cool shirt for free. And I'm so grateful to all of you for watching, you know, since we got that little piranha out of the box almost 10 years ago, and for sticking with me when I became a solo act. I thank you so much. I am so excited about what's yet to come. Stay well, and I will see you again real soon. Love you. Bye.